What's up guys, Eber here with HardwareCanucks, and we're going to start our CES coverage with something interesting for you guys. Now, you may be wondering why I'm recording our coverage here in the studio rather than, Las Vegas. And the reason is NZXT sent their new product to me before the show, and the team here at HardwareCanucks, want to get this coverage to you guys as soon as possible. Now, in the past, we've seen case and cooler manufacturers move into simple secondary markets like peripherals and gaming chairs. But NZXT is daring to be different with their latest introduction. This is the N7 Z370 motherboard. Yeah, it certainly isn't what you were expecting from NZXT, but this thing sure looks good. Subjectively, I think this is one of the best looking motherboards we've seen in a really long time, but will it be enough to actually compete with companies like ASUS, MSI, ASRock, and Gigabyte, who have been around for a long time and have some serious experience with building motherboards? Our CES 2018 coverage is brought to you by Fantex, Corsair, and Cooler Master. With that out of the way, let me say that this isn't a review since I didn't have the time to test out the N7 before leaving to CES. However, our motherboard reviewer Patrick is hard at work overclocking and testing this board, so expect that content really soon on our website. Physically, the N7 Z370 does look a lot like the ASUS TUF series boards since it has an armor-like covering that covers almost all of the PCB. But unlike the Z370 TUF, these metal pieces are completely modular and they aren't designed to enhance cooling. Keeping with the brand identity, the main covers are available in white or black. Meanwhile, the heatsink covers will come in a glossy blue, red, or purple finish that will coordinate with NZXT's cases. Basically, the hope is that you'll be able to buy all the most visible components like a motherboard, case, cooling, fan, and power supply from NZXT, so everything looks like it belongs together. From a feature standpoint, I would actually call this a bit of a bare bones motherboard that puts looks and compatibility with NZXT's ecosystem above overclocking capabilities. More about NZXT's ecosystem a bit later, but taking a tour around the board, there are two Pcie X16 slots that operate at 8x when dual graphics cards are installed. There are two M.2 slots below the metal casing, and underneath one of those slots, you'll also find an LED post readout, and it's a bit oddly placed below the lower PCI slot. Connectivity is a bit challenged too since the N7 only offers 4 SATA 6 gigabits per second outputs and no internal headers for USB 3.1 Gen 2. The lack of Gen 2 support is a huge miss in my opinion, since if NZXT decides to add a USB 3.1 Gen 2 header to their case's front panels in the near future, this motherboard won't natively support it. There are some good additions here though, like the onboard power reset buttons, a dual BIOS setup, a ROM backup button, and a Realtek ALC 1220 codec with Nissan Gold capacitors. The rear I/O is a bit basic too, and it doesn't feature any USB 3.1 Gen 2 connectors or Type-C ports. Disappointing in my opinion. By this point, you're probably wondering what makes the N7 Z370 special. Well, according to NZXT, this is the first motherboard to fully integrate their CAM, Hue Plus, and Grid Plus ecosystems. With those modules natively added to this board, you'll have quick and easy access to 2 lighting channels through Hue and 6 independent fan channels through Grid Plus. All of that can be controlled through CAM, of course. Even though our testing for the N7 isn't done, I'm not quite sure if NZXT's exclusive features on this motherboard will be enough to justify its $300 price tag. It really does look amazing, but actually taking full advantage of CAM and Hue means you'll have to remain in the NZXT ecosystem. While they do offer a ton of products, that's a bit limiting. You'll also need to go without USB 3.1 Gen 2, auto overclocking capabilities, and other things these more expensive Z370 boards are known for. But let us know what you think about this motherboard in the comments down below. Are the sacrifices worthy of the amazing design? Do you think NZXT will be successful with their first venture into the motherboard arena? That's for you to tell us. I'm Eber with HardwareCanucks, and stay tuned for more content from CES throughout this week.